Hello, my name is Scott W. Baker. I am a Savannah wedding photographer. You can find me at scottwbaker.com or savannahweddingphotographer.biz. Yes, they now have new endings besides .com. I highly recommend you consider all your options when you create a website if .com is not available. But on to today's discussion. Today we are discussing the Nikon 50mm 1.4 G lens, a classic. Now, AFS Nikon or Nikkor is a full frame non-cropped lens. The 1.4 is the fastest 50 they make. They've been making 50mm 1.4s for about 55 years, maybe longer. And the G is the latest and greatest, but has no aperture ring like the old lenses of yore. This is an autofocus lens, sharp as a tack, and mind-blowing for portrait work or just any standard work that you do in the field. You can see the little aperture ring in the center there. It's stopped all the way down, probably f16 or f22. Well built, not as well built as the older style metal Japanese made lenses from the 60s and 70s and early 80s before they went autofocus. Those lenses are impeccably built. This has a metal seal on the back, and if you notice carefully, the 9 or 10 dots, those are the communication signals that transfer information from the lens to the camera, allowing all sorts of wizardry to occur from the standpoint of setting aperture, setting shutter speed, color, flash, distance, everything. It's all done through the contacts on the camera and the lens. In fact, my Nikon D600 is really a computer inside with a shutter. It's not a camera like they used to make. This is a multi-coated lens. If you turn it in certain light, you will see the purpley coating. This reduces flaring and all sorts of wonderful things. You can also put on the hood, which comes with the camera, with the lens when you buy it. One of the nice things about the hood is it blocks out some flare and makes me look real cool. Ha ha ha. I highly recommend when you're shooting to use the hood, unless you're shooting directly into the sun and you want that sun flare, in which case keep it off. The lens goes for about $450, $500 brand new at Adorama or B&H. It is incredibly well built, super fast. There are 2 buttons right here for autofocus and manual. It's now set on autofocus, but if you slide it down, it is now set for manual focus, so you can turn the ring and manually focus. Very well built. Not quite the spectacular lens that Canon's 50 1.2 is, but you can get a Nikon 1.2, but it's a manual focus lens. Solid as a rock, just like the lenses of yore, which will be discussed later. This lens is basically a must-have lens. A 24 or a 20 for wide, 20 1.8 recently came out, a 50, a 35, an 85, and then a 70 to 210 or an 80 to 200 pretty much nails it for your prime lenses. Primes are always sharper on any given day than zoom lenses. I highly recommend having a series of prime lenses. They even make a 200 millimeter f2 for about $3 or $4, which is incredible for portraits. And at the end of the day, your lenses are going to be more important than your camera. Cameras come and go, but the lenses, you want to buy the highest quality you can, bear no expense. If you have a full frame camera and you buy a great lens, it'll be a great lens as long as you take care of it for a long time. This is Scott at scottwbaker.com or savannahweddingphotographer.biz. Thank you.